G'day mates, this is Kaypacha with the weekly Pele report, coming to you from somewhere near Kurrumbin. I think that's how they pronounce it. Up here, not that far from Mount Warning. I just crossed the border of Queensland today. That's the ocean out there, but it's a little cloudy. Can't so much see it. We got a lot of wind out here today. And it just, came to me that like all the cool places on planet Earth are full of the wind. It's like you go out to the beach, you go up to the top of the mountain, you go by waterfalls. It's like everywhere you go that is good around here, on this planet, you bump into the wind, man. So I'm going to try to pull this baby off. I'm going down here closer more into the valley, in order to do this report. See if I can stay out of that wind. Here it comes. Okay, well, I wanted to do that report up by the place of the standing rocks that you had when I first opened. But the wind was too great up there. I did find this pretty nice spot here. So let's get into some astrology, would we? Huh? This is the astrology for the soul. The Pele report is basically a cosmic weather report. What is going on out there that reflects what's going on down here? So, like I say, this is for December 3rd of 2015. Right now, the moon is in Virgo, ladies and gentlemen, and she's going to stay there. Comes through, she's going to hit Jupiter, come around to the north node of the moon, until Friday. She goes into Libra. And she's going to stay in Libra for the weekend. A beautiful Libra weekend, moon in Libra. She doesn't go into Scorpio until Monday. Yeah? So it's a third quarter square moon. Yeah? That's today, like now, as I'm doing this report. Sun square moon. The sun is up there in Sagittarius, still loosely conjunct Saturn. Okay, coming into, basically being trine Uranus. Next Tuesday. Beautiful. Fire to fire. Sagittarius to Aries. Sun trine Uranus. I'm going to talk to you about what that means. But the big thing that I really want to talk about, in this report is Mars coming into an opposition with Uranus and a square with Pluto. It's called a T-square in astrology. Mars square Pluto opposite Uranus. And now I'm back in the wind, so I'm going to find a place to sit down and talk to you at the camera. Okay. Aho! Ahoy, mateys! Alright, at this point I just want to get this report done before my camera runs out of batteries. I wanted to show you these beautiful gifts that I got. I am near Mount Warning, this is all a huge caldera from a huge ancient volcano. Australia is the oldest rock, the oldest continent on planet Earth, and the people here and the energy here is super powerfully connected with the land. And I'm getting gifted these amazing crystals. I wanted to, and it's amazing how a connection to Mother Earth, to Gaia, helps and to ground, to bring in. Because I know so many of you listening to this Pele report are, wanting, and maybe it is your soul intention and your soul mission to bring in a new consciousness, a new paradigm that is based upon the balancing of the masculine and feminine, of the inner and the outer, of above and below, of the earth and the sky. So you get the Pele report, which is all about the sky and the cosmos, and then it helps you, manage the situations here on Earth. Whatever, man. So what's going on? Here's what's going on. Think about it. Go back to last November. November of 2014. Okay? Mars came around to Pluto. And then 4 months later, it came around and hit Uranus in Aries in March of 15. then came around and opposed Pluto in July of 15. And now it's coming around. It's the third quarter square to Pluto, and it's opposite Uranus. And it's interesting because it's going to go up and it's going to go back and forth. It's going to spend about 8 months in Scorpio, from like January to August of 2016. Mars is going to be in Scorpio, yeah? And so it's not really going to come all the way back up to finish that complete cycle, okay, really until, what was it? October of 2016. So it is November of 14 to October of 16. It's, yeah, it's like a 2 years Mars cycle. So we are in some way, shape, and form like hitting that 3/4 square of Mars to Pluto, the opposition of Mars to Uranus. And what is that about? You know, I've been talking about this Pluto square Uranus for 3 years. It's been going on, and I'm seeing this as a large culmination, okay, of plutonic uranium energy that is breaking out, breaking through, redefining this new paradigm, this new reality that so many of us are looking for, working for, moving towards, creating. And it has to do with Pluto moving through Capricorn from 2008 until 2024, destroying, breaking, annihilating, demolishing our security systems. Social security, government security, financial security, bank security, military security. And it's squaring this Uranus and Aries, which is breaking out and breaking free and breaking into a new sense of what it means to be a human being, of our capacities to channel energy. This is a time where we are just, it's like we're in lift-off. You know, and if we look at this spiral movement that's going around, it's like the Mars conjunction was at this level. Then, you know, it came around to the square in the opposition, and it's, you know, it's like it's rising. We are rising. We are raising our consciousness. We are expanding our consciousness. And what does that entail? You know, just in a practical day-to-day level, all I can say is this is a time when anything can happen. We have to understand that our soul's spiritual purpose is 90% of our unconscious brain. We are unconscious of 90% of who we are and what we are. So it's like so many people among us, the consensus reality identifies, oh, myself is my body. It's my bank account. It's my car. It's how good I look. It's da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And this is Capricorn Earth. Yeah, security in my body and in my toys, in my houses and cars and all this material. This is part of what's like moving on and moving out as we expand our identity outside of the physical. And it comes into what? Uranus, the sign of Aries in the first house, has to do with identity. And Uranus's sudden revelation, oh my God, I'm more than just a body. I've got these emotions, I've got these feelings, I've got these ideas, I've got these thoughts, but even beyond what I can see or know is what my infinite unconscious spiritual nature that expands into multi-dimensions and outside of lifetimes actually contains and holds for me. So, you know, we don't need to say that it's some kind of a god or some kind of devil or some kind of voodoo or some kind of anything going on here. In fact, with Saturn moving through Sagittarius, we want to break out of these old religious notions about right and wrong, good and bad, heaven and hell, and move into, this is my unconscious. And my unconscious is creating lessons for my consciousness so that I can get in alignment and I can get in attunement with my own highest purpose, highest intention that is ultimately connected to all that is. All that is source, the source of all creation. We are all connected. We all come from, whether it's the Big Bang before or something other than. We all came, we emerged out of source. And so this is like this breakthrough, powerful time. It's a 2-year period from November of 14, when the seed was sown. It's like, I want a new job, I need a new expression, I need a new life, I need a new career, I need new ways of doing business. And then Mars came around in March, and it was like, initiate, begin, rebel, break free, individuate, invent yourself, invent your business, invent your future. And then came around the opposition, some challenges, but yet some illumination about how that needs to go forth and happen. So now these things are rolling along. The third quarter square, okay, is about what's coming back to you from it. And I'll just give you an example from my own life. It was last November that I met Pei, who owns Dragonfly Village. It's a retreat center in Ubud, Bali. We were in Egypt together on a retreat, and she invited me to come to Bali last November. Well, it was around March of 2015 that we initiated the advertising, put together the program, put the word out on the internet, so that it could happen. And then summer came around, and people registered and signed up or not. And now this third quarter, that effort and that work and that intention and that, cooperation has now, and so now, in a couple of days I'm heading off to Bali and I'm doing these workshops. Yeah? So this is a real time of a culmination. That 270-degree square is like what you've been putting out there, okay, or your new ideas or your new business since last November, is now it's time to look at the forms, to look at what has manifested and what has not manifested. Because what has manifested is in alignment with your unconscious spirit soul intention. And if you've put your effort and you put your discipline and you put all of your energy, time, and mental, emotional passion into your vision, then if it's not happening now, it's time to wake up and go, guess what? I'm not in alignment, or something is holding me back. I've got some shadow going on, or I've got a sabotage, this inner saboteur. Yeah? So I've got some issues that I need to really look at. So this is a real time. This week, this whole weekend in particular, Mars is coming around, opposing Uranus, squaring Pluto. And all I can say is shock, surprise, awe, anything can happen. Uranus is the unpredictable, but this unpredictable has great spiritual intelligence behind it. Unconscious spirit intelligence waking us up, and that may involve giving us a kick in the ass. That may involve super success, but I'll tell you one thing for sure, it's not predictable. You want to be ready for anything to happen this week. It is a time of being very alert, very awake, and listening to the land, the weather, yes, watching for the signals, the signs, people coming in, giving you messages, people leaving your life. This is a real time to really be very conscious and very aware. It's very stormy seas, yeah, where anything can happen. Like I can get bit by these ants while I'm giving the Pele report because I'm in an ant nest. Oh, God. Ah! Anyway, before I run out of juice here, I better give the mantra. The mantra for this week is, as a captain sailing through stormy seas, I must stay awake and on course. as anything comes and anything goes on this journey commissioned by Source. What I'm saying is now, as Venus moves into Scorpio in a couple of days, okay, and the moon moves into Scorpio next week, we have the mystery realm, and this is a time of penetrating through to the deeper intelligent mystery that lies behind the events of our lives. When our plans go awry, or when our plans go on course, you know, it is always giving us constant feedback. So the captain of that sailing ship needs to raise the sails, lower the sails, you know, swing it to the port, swing it to the, you know, starboard. I mean, it's just like, he's got to be on it. And this is where we've got to be right now. It's like these are stormy seas, but you know what? When that storm comes is when you can make the most amount of speed on that sailboat, yeah? So it's a time of things speeding up, being very quick, very powerful. Mars is moving through Libra. New people, new business partnerships, new relationships. And it's about the circle of love. This whole new paradigm is about liberating and freeing ourselves and coming more and more into this Libra Scorpio energy where Black Moon, Lilith, Venus, and Mars are right now. This is a time of making those connections intimate, trustworthy, full of integrity, and full of our ability. It's like together we can express ourselves more fully, completely, and with love than we can alone. There is strength in unity. So let's make these circles. I mean, I'm fortunate, you know, to just go from circle and circle and circle of amazing, gorgeous, beautiful people building the love, working with love, and wanting to emanate, share, and spread that love. And it's really through festivals and circles and gatherings and unity that we are going to realize just how many, you know, people are ready, willing, and able to make the change into a new paradigm. So please, get out, connect, unite. This is the calling of these days. Namaste, aloha. So much fun. Decided to change it from love to fun. I got that in my last, the Holonomic Vision Council I just came from. Jacqueline told me I should say, Namaste, aloha. So much fun, because it's got to be fun.